sometimes a few people, but it doesn't go too far. But it's fine. You don't have to share nothing. I'm just kind of venting over yesterday and my wife. I've been married 17 years, and like, no, fucking, I've been married too long, man. That's all I gotta say. Um, you know, I married my wife after 2 weeks. My car does not drive and shit. Anyways, well, it's the person inside that doesn't know how to drive. Um, but yeah, 10 years, and I'm thinking about splitting up. Even though that I want to split up right now. I have a 2-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old daughter almost, and three boys, uh, 13, 14, 13, 14, and 15-year-old right now. Um, I've never really had much to say because most of my marriage, I don't like to fucking argue and I don't like to fight, because if I do fight against the wife, it's like all hell breaks loose. It's bad. It's really bad. So I usually stay quiet, or she stays quiet, so that way I won't get too upset. But last night, or the whole weekend, she fucking, I'd wake up and she just looks pissed off right from the beginning when she wakes up. Nobody wants to wake up next to a fucking person that's all pissed off. And it's probably because I don't know a lot of things. Everything it has to be involved in it. Not having sex was one of them. I didn't have sex with her because it's too fucking late and the baby was awake and I fell asleep before the baby. The baby still sleeps in the room with us. I don't have a whole lot of money because we didn't plan our finances right, because we did a lot of arguing and stuff, and not planning things the correct way. I'm 47 years old, still don't have a house, still planning on getting a house. I live in California, but now it's like I don't even care to have a house. It's just the kids are getting older, and they almost like don't deserve it. It's I grew up with an unappreciative wife. I didn't ever grow up like that. I don't want to say I grew up poor, but I've gone through my poor times. Fucking staying on the street and shit, and I've gone through my parents splitting up and all that stuff, and I've gone up through my dad dying, and I've gone through friends dying and all kinds of stuff. So I've had like most people, little ups and downs here, but there's really no satisfying a woman. That's what it seems like. We went to church on Sunday, and I guess I didn't compliment her on the dress that she bought that I didn't fucking know, because all her clothes looks fucking the same to me. Look like a fucking dress. I don't pay attention if they had flowers or fucking snails. I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care. Fucking went to church, and then I guess we went to church, and I guess she told me that that she was getting old and fat or something like that. She's not fat and she's not old. She's 47. She looks good for her age. I tell her all the fucking time. But I guess she told me, and I probably didn't pay attention to her because I was probably talking to someone else. So I guess that was bothering her. That's one. Me not commenting on how good she looked too. And this is like a everyday, always thing. And so then went to the pool. I didn't fucking buy no beer. She bought the fucking beer. Bought a couple of booties. Even though we went to church, we're supposed to try and stop, doing all that stuff, whatever. And I was laying down, getting a little rest, and then she came back and she brought a little 6-pack and started drinking. I drank 2. She must have drank 3. I drank 3. She drank 2. I don't know. I wasn't hammered or nothing. But she started playing music at the pool. I live in a pool with the community, and someone's birthday. They came up to the pool. We'd already been at the pool for about an hour or two, and I just told her to lower her music because they probably didn't like the music we were playing, because it's most of Hispanic people, and, she's playing some country or something, which is fine. But then she played something completely different, and I actually didn't like the music, but, I guess she wanted me to listen to it. But I started there, and she started telling me about all the shit I've done in the past, like cheating and all that, which I have done a lot of cheating. And I've given her the options to leave, whenever, I never forced her to stay or nothing. But, then she started talking about shit from like 3 years ago and 5 years ago. And I'm just looking at her and I was like, this is going to end up in an argument where we're talking about everything that's happened in the past. And then I'm going to use some of the shit that I have in my arsenal to fucking launch back at her. That was something that she did 5 years ago, And so anyways, it came to a point where I just told her shut the fuck up. That I didn't want to hear nothing anymore, She kept going and going. And You know, we might not be having arguments daily. Even if you're having an argument like once a fucking month, who the fuck wants a big ass argument like that where the neighbors can hear you just yelling? She's yelling, the baby's crying. I'm telling her, hey, you know, the baby's crying. You know, it's you know, whatever. It got pretty bad. I cussed a lot and said a lot of bad things that I wish I wouldn't have said, but I said them. It's too late now. It's said. But one thing's for sure is that you know, now that I'm just gonna do the same thing I did before, and that's I'm gonna separate my accounts. So I'll separate my accounts, and then once I do that, then she's gonna have to ask me for money. You know, me and her make the same amount of money. I make $40 an hour. She makes $40 an hour. So we'll go half and half like before, and then eventually she'll go to court and try and get more of my money, because you know, I guess she's entitled to it because like I don't know why, because it's California and you know, men don't have rights. I guess I don't fucking know. Or is it back to the streets for me? I don't know. Well, thanks for. I just have to vent. I don't want to go to work and tell anybody my problems, so I decided to go on here and vent like the fucking liver king. So that's all he does, and he becomes famous off of it. I don't know, man. I also, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, God bless everybody. I'll keep you guys updated once I start filing like my divorce and all that. But before I do that, I'm gonna have to save a little bit of money.